Would ya look at the mess out there? You'd think a couple of RC people lived around here or something. What's up today, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Random Andrew here, coming at you after a long night of RCing yesterday. Actually, all of yesterday. I got 3 different rounds of RCing in. I had to have run down about 6 LiPo batteries in total yesterday. Like, not kill, but like, run them down. Because to kill a LiPo is a bad thing. You don't completely kill it. But I did discover something neat last night that I'm going to go over with you guys here today that has to do with the whole Will It Fry vlog that I posted the other day. No, the ESC didn't fry, but I got some feedback from one of my newest subscribers. Thank you very much. You know who you are. His YouTube channel is called Discus Dog. I'm pretty sure I got that right. I actually just went and looked. I cheated. He popped on, new subscriber, gave me some awesome feedback to do with the power for the Summit and the 18 volt DeWalt motor, why it's not really getting the power it needs to, and what I could possibly do to get around that. I'm going to look into that a little bit more, man. That's some really good advice. Thank you for leaving that feedback. And this is what I wish more people would do. Because it's that sharing of knowledge that helps the whole RC experience go over smoother. Now, aside from the Summit, I've got some bad news about Clifford. More bad news. I was pretty distraught yesterday when this happened, and I'm going to get to the whole Clifford thing eventually, but I keep going around the subject I'm aiming at. So, the subject I'm aiming at is the whole Will It Fry thing, and putting a LiPo in the Deadbolt with the AE5 speed controller. AE. I see my initials everywhere. AE. I guess for you guys though, my initials are RA, Random Andrew, but trust me, my real initials are AE. Anyhow, I tried to put a 3S LiPo in it last night, and I was quite amazed with the difference in power output. I mean, it's going to be really fun out there in the snow because wheel speed in slippery, icy snow conditions can be a lot of fun. But this also leads me to something I wanted to show you guys today. So before we get to that, what I'm dying to show you, I'm quickly going to tell you what's going on with Clifford. And I'm going to show you the whole battery setup thing for the Deadbolt. And then I want to discuss possible future upgrades that I would just love to get my hands on for the Deadbolt. Maybe you guys can tell me if you've had experience with some of these parts before, whether they're any good or whether they're just garbage. Upgrades are always a good thing, but I'm not really looking to turn this into like a monster truck. I'm talking about my SCX-10, the Deadbolt. I just want to improve its rigidity, more solid, that it's going to be able to take hits and bumps. Those large rocks coming up from underneath, or even when the occasional rollover does happen, I want this truck to be solid, which means getting rid of a lot of plastic. We're Canucks, we're Canadians, we live up here in the cold. Plastic and cold don't agree, but it's not always going to be cold. Anyhow, we'll get to those upgrades after. Let me tell you what happened with Clifford. Yesterday I went to fire up this big old beast and take it out for a rip in the snow because there was icy roads and just hella fun conditions. And then I got about 20 feet and it stopped working. The ESC went to flashing green. Don't worry about the motor. I just pulled it out so I could check my servo wires underneath, make sure nothing got frayed, melted, ripped, or torn. And everything's fine that way. The ESC was flashing green. And then after a few attempts, it would turn on, like I figured out what the problem was, and I let it cool down. I turned it back on, it would work for a half a second, make a beep noise with a red light coming from the receiver box, and this would start immediately heating up. My servo's fried. This servo isn't even that old, it's like 2 months old. It's the one I got from Amazing Hobbies. Peter in London he said this will work just fine. I didn't even need to double them up. That this servo had more torque than the 2 stock servos combined. If you look way back in the videos when I put this servo in, I discussed all that stuff and how it was a concern. Well, now the servo's dead. I can't afford to drop a new one in Clifford anytime soon, which means Clifford's out of the game for like a month or so. That really, I can't say really enough to tell you guys how much that really sucks. I love this truck. This truck is amazing. I just spent a ton of money on the motor last month, and now I can't even use it. It's disappointing, but you know, to quote Half, it is what it is. And believe me, of all times of year to have a Summit in top running condition, I think this is the weather that calls for it the most. Especially if, say, it dumped another foot of snow out there. I don't think my Axial Deadbolt's going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot outside. Unless I have snow chains or bigger tires, or maybe if I had 2.2s to put these low-C Rock Claw tires on, you know, then it might be a game changer that way. But I mean, really, when you want to have fun in the snow, the Summit is the way to go. I'm trying to point to it right there. So just put my hand on it. So yeah, I'll get that fixed eventually. On to battery setups for the SCX10. There's something kind of cool I wanted to show you guys. If you're an SCX10 owner and you're running an AE5 ESC, the electronic speed controller, then you're aware of what I'm about to show already. But for all you guys who don't have your scale game on yet, I'd like to share this little bit of information with you. Alright, so those of you who've been following along with my progress so far into this SCX10 Axial Deadbolt, you guys know that for the most of the time, and this is, by the way, this is my first scale crawler and absolutely love it. For the most part, I was running these 7-cell nickel metal hydrides. Now you can run a 6, 7, I think it said it goes up to a 9-cell, and I actually have never seen a 9-cell nickel metal hydride battery before. And then a couple of days ago, I think it was a couple vlogs ago, I put one of these guys in. This is a Connexus 5000 milliamp hour 2S battery, 35C discharge rating, lithium polymer, good batteries. I run 2 of these for Clifford, making it a 4S power. Now, this is my 3S battery that I usually run in Megas, but because it's only a 35C discharge, I get 1 or 2 really good rips across the parking lot, attempts at breaking that 100-mile-an-hour mark, and then the battery sags. It doesn't have any punch behind it anymore, and the punch is needed. I probably need like a 100C punch to really make Megas do what he's been built to do, and that's all on 3S. If I can break 100-mile-an-hour on 3S, that'll be great, but that's also a different story. So when you plug this nickel metal in, I'm going to need a transmitter. Transmitter's on. See? Transmitter is on. And then you plug a nickel in. Listen for the audio beeps that you get. Why did it just... Oh yeah, because I still have the jumper set to... Okay. Hang on, bear with me here, guys. I'll switch that jumper back over to nickel mode. That's kind of odd. Last time I had to pull this jumper, it was a lot more resistant than that. Okay, we'll try this again. Listen for the audio beeps. One beep beeps to show that it's paired with the transmitter. Okay, so get that out of the way. Well, actually, we'll switch the jumper first. Never forget this, because it's important. This is like your low voltage cutoff capability. Alright, so we'll go over to 2S. Listen for the audio. 2 beeps. See? 2 beeps. And then the paired beep. Or the binding beep. Now, I thought it was kind of really cool, and I know Castle does this too. They give you a certain amount of tones to let you know that it's recognized that specific battery. Haha, 3 beeps. Ha ha ha. Yeah, okay, no Sesame Street reference, but we're talking an incredible amount of wheel spin. So I'm kind of eager to get that outside and give it a test shot. Oh, you notice my batteries are out of my light. I'm going to rewire the switch. It's bad on this side. It's just a solder, you know. But I'm going to fix that up. And then I think I'm going to actually bring it out for a test strip. Would you guys, with the vlog, like to come out and see the test strip of a 3S? Right on. Well, we'll charge it up first, and then we'll get out. As you can hear, I'm getting messaged. No, that wasn't your phones. I'm sorry, it happens. I don't mean to make you guys check your phones. Oh geez, I can't go any further. I got something else to fix on this that I totally forgot about till right now. Front axle. Look at all that excess play in that. That's right where the upper links come into the top of the axle. And this is the second time now. Last time I took it apart, took a little plastic piece out, flipped it around, and it took care of most of that play, but most of that play is back. So I'm going to brainstorm a way to fix that. Been thinking about it, and sorry for kicking the camera stand there. Temporary solution to fix that. I'm going to pull the screw, I'm going to pull the little plastic piece that mounts on the screw, and I'm going to use this little rubber grommet between the screw and the plastic piece to hopefully take up some excess. Might see if I got another one, put one on either side just to kind of help bushing it into place. I'm just concerned that that's going to pop right apart. Something's going to get broke that shouldn't be broke. It's definitely where the upper sway bar link meets the axle. So, I'm not sure I'm going to get to show you guys any daylight testing, but I'm going to work on getting this done right now. I'm not going to film while I do it just because it's quicker going when not filming. So I'll show you when it's done. I've come up with a little solution. Use those little rubber grommets, one on either side of the plastic screw thing. Just kind of slid them on in place to beef it up. And they work just like I hoped they would. They're bushings. They're cushioned. Let's get these front tires on. Maybe get out and show you guys what I mean by the difference between the 2S and the 3S. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy that 3S in the snow. Alright, so here we go. Axial Deadbolt, SCX10. First run on 3S LiPo. And we'll open her up. Oh yeah, it's alive on 3S. I think I'm really going to like the extra wheel speed out of that battery. Still going to give that light a try though anyways. Put you guys down, vlog, stay there. There we go. We got a light. Alright, let's continue this little track up the road. Dashing through the snow. Oh yeah, tons of excess wheel speed. That guy's pretty quick. Keep in mind, this is a 27 turn motor. So it is going to get the extra bit of higher wheel speed out of it. More top end rather than bottom end torque. Somebody just cranked up the boost on the turbos. And through the long grass, thick snow. Yeah, bouncing all the way. Oh! So yeah, well, it's on its roof. We'll check, make sure that axle hasn't come looser. No more loose. I think that's a good temporary fix for now. Permanent fix will be upgrading those links. Now here's the thing, filming in the snow kind of gives away how many takes it took to get the shot. Oh, yeah. Random Andrew, slow down before you make them corners. It happens so easy now. So obviously when you're out on the trail, you're not gonna need that kind of wheel speed. But it's nice to have it when you need it. So that little light works good when it works. When it's on its wheels. I think this has rolled more today than it did in the entirety of yesterday. No, that's not possible. There's some pothole right there. Climb up and at it. I know there's another one over here somewhere. I found it last night. Oh, here we go. Right on. I'm happy with that. I realize a lot of you guys that got these trucks are probably running 3S batteries most of the time anyways. But for those of you who aren't new to the channel, you guys know that this is my first SCX tech. So discovering battery potential and everything is kind of a new thing for me. Even though in the book it did say that, keep in mind the first LiPo ever tested in this truck when it was only a few days old, like out of the box a few days old. That 2S that they tried and it fried it. So I was really nervous to even try. I love that wheel speed. Look at it go! Walking around the tree. Hey, you know what? While we're over here, let's do a crawl. So yeah, that's where wheel speed might help you out if it was like mud or something. But in the snow, you get hung up. Like that, see? Like a pumpkin against a rock. Stop. I'm watching the truck and not the screen. So yes, 3S all the way. yet again, slightly thicker snow. That's me slowing it down for that effect. Trying to see how slow the truck will go through the deeper. And I think it's only really deep snow because it was long grass. Know what I mean? Let's go wait for this guy to go, and then we can go. I wonder, has anybody ever tried to build a drift machine out of an SCX-10 chassis? Oh, maybe not. That keeps happening. It's because it's not meant for doing donuts, is it, folks? So there you have it, folks, a good 3S run. It wasn't the complete battery, but just for, you know, kind of testing what that wheel speed was going to be like, I am quite happy with it. Oh yes, I'm quite happy with that. I think I'll be running 3S most of the time now. But, like, you know, the other 2S's, between that 3S and the 2S, I've got enough battery power to get around Dalewood probably twice. And that all the way around Dalewood at least once. That run will happen someday soon. It's going to be a physically enduring thing for all the drivers, because literally you're hiking around Dalewood, and I haven't done that since I was a teenager. So I don't think many other people in our group have done it recently either. It'll be a challenge for all of us. Not really so much of a challenge for the trucks as much as it'll be a challenge for us, the drivers. Because we're not really driving, we're walking, but we're driving scale. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I'm going to cut the vlog off here today. I got some things I want to work on tonight to do with editing. I want to thank you guys for watching and remind you, if you need to get in touch, if you want to make contact, collaborate on a video or something, if you got a project, or even if you'd like to have your business, if it's local anyways, because, well, I'm stuck to local for now. But if you got a business and you want it on the channel, give me a shout. Down in the description, below the video description, there's my Facebook contact, my Instagram contact, and I think a couple others. I haven't really done anything with the Patreon right now because the Patreon is constantly changing how their format of their site is. And I'm still having trouble understanding it, so if you know a little about that, I could use some help with that too. Regardless, so I appreciate your guys' support. Thank you very much for watching. It means the world to me. Think positive, stay positive, keep a smile on your face, and we'll see you right here tomorrow. Good night. Vlog over.